Hey,
Darren, so great to see you. How are you? Speaking to you from Toronto, Canada.
I wish I was still there. I had one of the best weekends of my life, so it was
Well, I
great.
got to tell you, my friend, I was at that premiere of The Whale, and we'll get to
Oh,
that
you
right at the
are?
end. Oh, yeah, I was there. But I have to
Yeah.
tell you, I have attended every single one of your premieres at TIFF and interviewed you
Wow.
for every single one, back starting with Requiem for a Dream. My
Wow.
goodness,
Thank you very
what
much.
is it about Toronto that you love so much?
Look, there's nowhere in the world where there's better audiences. And it's a cliche, but it is freaking true because as Hubert Selby Jr., the author Requiem said, a cliche is called a cliche because it's often true.
Yeah.
And that's really true about Toronto. Toronto, they love film. They're very, very good and generous people, and it's just always fun. And I knew from day one that I couldn't wait to show Brendan and the
Yeah.
Whale to a Toronto audience, and it just played out so beautifully. And that the Royal Alexander, that's the name of the
Yeah.
theater.
Royal Alexandra. Yeah. Yeah.
They did a beautiful job redoing it, and I'm just really thankful to Cameron and everyone at TIFF. It's just, it's a second home. I come to TIFF even when I don't have a movie. I
Yeah.
come and I get a pass, and I go around and see the movies because it's the best place to see movies on the planet. So,
It is. It is. Well, listen, we'll try and get a question in about the whale at the end, but I really want to address this monster club. My God, like you
yeah,
don't do enough with your life, Darren. And now you go and you write this kids book. What
yeah.
inspired that? It's wonderful.
Well, it actually, it started off as a movie, as a screenplay. I've always wanted to bring the magic of my childhood. I was very blessed to grow up in this magical neighborhood, Coney Island,
Yeah.
which has this incredible long history, and wanted to kind of share it with the world and share a lot of the guys I grew up with and my friends, and to put that energy into a project. And after the film didn't really go anywhere, like things, I was like, I still want to get that story out, and it would be perfect for middle school readers. And
Yeah.
so I just started. Me and Ari sat down, and we just started to create this thing for kids, and it was a lot of fun to make. It was
I
really a lot of fun to write.
I can imagine. And this character, Eric, your lead character, he's a guy, he creates these monsters in the book and then he finds this magic ink and they come to life. How much
Yeah.
of Eric is in Darren?
Well, Eric was my best buddy in elementary school. Still around. I'm the godfather of his goddaughter, Harper.
Nice.
Harper actually was one of my first readers. She was the right age group, and she gave me the thumbs up. And I was like, "All right, Harp." Now I can keep going, but Eric's kind of all the characters are combinations of all of the guys that grew up together
Yeah.
in down in South Brooklyn, and there's a little bit of all of us in all the different characters. But Eric was my friend. Eric, the real Eric, was a much better artist than me,
Ah,
and so I decided to honor his abilities with by naming the character.
yeah. And I have to ask you, Darren, when you're writing a screenplay, I mean, obviously you've got to think, okay, I got to keep this down to like a 2.5 hour movie, whatever. When you're writing a book like this,
Yeah.
you could go 3 million pages if you wanted. How freeing is that?
That's what I learned. There were many things I learned. First of all, I don't have to worry about budget, so I can blow up the Wonder Wheel, Ferris wheel, if I want to. I could
Right.
have a huge, crazy stampede in Mark Twain Middle School, the middle school that these kids go to. I could, the monsters could be anything, any scale, and I just, not thinking about cash or any of that stuff, just thinking about imagination. The other thing that was really, really interesting was that when you write a movie, you have to show, not tell, right? You have to, if a character is thinking something, you have to figure out how you're going to show that so the audience understands what's going on. And I'd be
Exactly.
like, how are we going to do this? How's Eric going to do? And I'd be like, oh, inner monologue. The character can think it. You can do that in a book. And it was so freeing. And you could just move the emotions so much more effectively and efficiently that was a real fun thing. But it was completely obvious to anyone who's a writer of books. But as a screenwriter, it took me a long time to learn that lesson.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Okay, I have to ask you, like I said, been, looking at all of your films, the one thing that really stands out is, boy, do you ever elicit amazing performances from all of your actors. Like Requiem for a Dream is a movie I will never, ever forget, just the images and what it was watching that at TIFF. Brendan Fraser he'll get an Oscar nomination. There's no question about it. But boy, did he ever put his heart and soul into this. How do you elicit these performances and why Brendan? Because as a Canadian, we're so proud of him.
Yeah. It took 10 years to cast that role. I got the rights back in 2012, and I thought about every single movie star, met so many actors known and unknown to play Charlie, and nothing clicked. For a while I thought it was an impossible. I just couldn't get someone who really had the range, that the technical ability to pull it off, but the emotional ability to come through all the technical challenges and warm your heart. It's a really very difficult task. And I stumbled on Brendan in a trailer of a low budget Brazilian movie. He was playing a bit part, and a light bulb went off, and I just felt something inside. Wow. And it just completely lined up. And it wasn't because he was Canadian, I'm sorry to say, and it wasn't because he was loved so much. I actually had no idea that there was so much goodwill for the man. That for me is all extra credit that's come out of this. It really was. He was the right human being for Charlie. And now Sam Hunter, the guy who wrote it, both of us are like that. It was always meant to be.
Yeah, well, listen, I wish I could talk to you for hours. I know you've got other people to talk to, but thank you so much. And that's Sadie Sink, bona fide movie star now. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Look, the second I saw second season of Stranger Things, it's funny because Monster Club, there's a lot of similarities. Sadie actually gave me a beautiful quote for the book after she read it. But there's a lot of connections there. But when I saw that second season, she showed up, I was like, who's that? Yeah. She's good. Oh, wow. She's really good. Yeah. And so also from the beginning, I was like, oh, Sadie, I can't wait to work with her. And I can't wait to continue to work with her. That she is just fire. I love it.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much again for your time. I can't wait to see what you're going to bring us at TIFF next year, Darren. So start working on it, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Congratulations.
Enjoy the rest of the festival.
Thank you. Bye-bye.